Good morning, y'all. Just real quick. So the government shutdown could be last for months or even years, and this may be the first time that happened in American history. And I remember some government shutdowns actually happened so they can actually improve the fiscal year. But with this, man, if you're not even getting any type of border security or funding from the wall, he's going to really blame the Democrats, and potentially a lot of politicians are going to be out of work, out of money. And I just think that right now they're not going to be have any type of critical thinking skills or any incentive and motivations to actually help the people or ensure protection of the middle class. And I think that's a really huge thing right now. So I mean, even on YouTube, President Trump said, listen, sign in the link after this ad and help me fund the wall. Had a veteran I just stated previously that wanted $10 million, man. I mean, you got people who support Trump, is really in favor to this, and then you have some people who really dislike Trump. Now they're gonna really hate him because of this. And the IRS, people have to file taxes. I mean, this is really going to shape up our history, man, to shape our nation in a really bad way economically. I mean, we're already over 100 something $1 trillion in debt. I think, no, I'm sorry. I think it's probably like 20 something $1 trillion in debt, but it's increasing every second. And the tariffs, we can't even do any type of business transactions, man, with China. Can't even pay the debts to them. I mean, all these things you got considering the fact that because President Trump wants to fund a wall. And I think this is not good, man. It's really not good for the 116th Congress. It's not good for people who's newly wed into Congress right now, because at the same time, man, you got to get these bills. Bills are going to be backed up, and they're not going to be potentially passed. But Nancy Pelosi, like I stated before, is working on reopening the government and only funding agencies and government agencies that were shut down previously since September 30th. But I mean, I already told you, 63% of Americans live in paycheck to paycheck right now. 73% of Americans really dislike their jobs or work. And we're having the government shutdown. People depend on, of course, the welfare. People depend on the middle class, depend on these type of things. So Democrats gonna try to be the savior. So I think this gonna be like huge political shift if they find a way to reopen, maybe next year, I don't know, or a few months from now. They really gonna try to get a Democrat in there, and then it's gonna be on the way. Maybe President Trump may be impeached. We don't know. And then Michael Pence may take over. So it's just a huge a disarray going on in Congress. But I mean, can we really see something that's gonna go on for months and maybe years potentially of a government shutdown? I don't know, man, but it's really disheartening right now. I think he's sending certain troops right now to go to the southern borders to protect from the caravan, the Americans from the caravan at this moment, man. But I mean, George's still gonna be here in America at the same time. I mean, this is a lot of things that we are not really talking about how help out with urban issues, police brutality, things that goes on with African Americans. But it's just all one thing. You just want all this money. You got the money. People say, hey, how come you can fund it yourself and build it, but you want the Americans to pay all the taxes for it? So I don't know, man, but I think this is the reason why people are really giving up faith into the presidential elections, man. So we'll see how this is gonna go, but it is what it is. I'm out. Deuces.